All right, so some people are having trouble with arcs, and so I wanted to kind of go over a brief example of that. All right, on my sample code, I have made a C, and the C starts at Y is 1.375, the X is 0.9375. You won't be able to see my X's really well in this video, but it'll still work. So I'm going to do an annotation real quick, and 1.3750 is my Y, and this is the 0.9375. I'm just going to draw. This is my starting point. I've already drilled in. I've written all that code to plunge into the wood, and this is my location. Now I have to get from this location to this location as an arc, right? So that's my starting point. Again, I've already written all that initial code, the G90s, the M03s, yada, yada, yada. I've already said go to this point. I've already said drop down. Now that it's drilling, I want it to counterclockwise go from here to here. So I need this location now. And this location is, you can't see it, but it's X.3125 and it's 1.375 is the Y because it's on the same Y. Okay. And in the third point I need, this is 10 spaces apart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 spaces apart. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's going to be my point. Your arcs have to be the same distance, starting point to end point, right? You can't make an arc that goes, right? It's got to be on the same radius all around. So you don't need this, but it's going to go through this part here. So it's really going to make a nice round curve from there to there. All right. So I already have my starting point. We don't need that in this particular moment, but I'm going to write it down anyways. So we're going to go my initial location. I've already plunged in at, you know, my X is 0.9375. My Y, sorry, it should be a decimal point, not a comma. My Y is 1.375. All right, that's this location here. Next line of code. I have to get to here. That line of code is my X is now 0.3125. You can't see it down here, but this is 0.3125X. My Y is 1.375 because I did not go up or down. I started on this part of the Y. I ended on this part of the Y. It's 1.2750. But on this line of the code, I have to tell to go counterclockwise, G03, counterclockwise. I also need an I and a J. I need to be able to say the I is the X location of this, Y is or J is the Y location of this. So my I um, is actually, and again, this is a tricky part. This is relative to my first location. So I'm going here, I'm moving here, but I need to be, what is this in relation to this? So this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 0.6250, x 6.6250. So let me make another text box over here. My x was 0.6250, right? And my starting point was 0.9375. Okay. I have to subtract these two. Take this, I subtract this. I get negative 0.3125. What does that mean? That means I started at 0.9375. I went negative 0.3125 and I got to this location. Okay. So I don't know if this is going to let me get back into this one. I'll just try to do it here. So my I is negative 0.3125. My J is 0. Why is my J 0? Because the Y never goes up or down. It stays on the same line. So let's take a look. I have my starting point is right here. I go counterclockwise, that's G03, to this location, 0.3125, Y 1.375. And I'm arcing it based off this center point. So it's curving, or it's basically spinning around this line, right? If I put a stick here, it would go right around this. And this location is minus 0.3125 off the X, and it didn't do anything on the Y. So I subtract, so I'm minus 0.3125 off my origin point and not going up or down on my that. So that's there. Now, if I wanted to keep going straight now, right, I would write another line, and that would be G01, because now I need to go straight, and then that would then drop all the way down. I'm going to stay on the same X. X is 0.3125, but my Y is going to go down significantly to, I think I had it at 0.6250. Right, so you don't need that for what we're doing. I just want us to see what the next line would be. And all that's really doing is saying, okay, I started here. I did this part of code. Now I would drop down straight line to here. So I started here, did this, that's the G03. Now that I'm at this location, I change it to G01, which is a straight line, and I go from here to here. And in this one, I would write my second arc, and that's how I would make my C. Okay? Hopefully that video helps. Again, check out the coordinates, check out the spots, start with your origin, find the center point, and then relatively, right? It's relative. It's not absolute, it's relative. So if I start here, I don't need this point. I need how far that point is away from my origin. And that becomes the I and the J. All right. Hopefully that helps.